Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update for everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. So, let me just give you a quick update of what happened yesterday. I just need a second. Yesterday we had a lot of updates about Smart Node Stack 1.6.2 after all the craziness that happened with the Merkle tree generation and looking for stuff. I've got a little bit of an update on that for you today as well. And then Joe basically doing an all-nighter to save us all, which was really wonderful about him. There was a little tease about Bankless that happened today that I'm going to talk a lot about. Marceau teased communication with Chainlink about integration for RETH, and some information about Rocket Fuel, the pool for RETH, WETH, wrapped ETH, and the incentives that went live yesterday. And I've got a little bit more to talk about that also. So let's get started here. We have this episode of Alpha Leak, which is a show of Bankless. It's called the Bullcast for Rocket Pool, Decentralized Ethereum Staking Protocol. So this episode had Marceau and Kane, an episode with Brian, and they talked about all things Rocket Pool. The first part of the show was about RETH and what incentives that has going forward and what advantages that has over other liquid staking tokens and that kind of stuff, which was really informative and really set the scene for how anyone can stake with Rocket Pool, because you just need 0.1 ETH just 0.1 ETH to buy RETH, and then you can just hold that forever and it'll always increase in value against ETH because of the way it accrues staking rewards. They really went into a passionate case for all the integrations that are coming, all the incentives that are coming, and how it's just setting up to be a really, really great product, especially in light of it being permissionless, it being trustless, it being completely aligned with the values of the Ethereum protocol, and how it has censorship resistant built into it with all the OFAC stuff. So if you just buy RETH, you can stake, you're staking and you're all good. Then we went into the case for being a node operator at Rocket Pool, which Marceau and Ken again covered some really great points there about the huge advantages you have of being a node operator on Rocket Pool compared to solo staking or anything else. As long as you can run a pool, your rewards will always be greater than solo staking. And they gave information about less ETH bonded pools that are coming up, which will reduce the ETH collateral required down to 8. And then later on, Ken told us that with some Ethereum protocol upgrades, something called forced exits, they can even push that down to 4 ETH only required and maybe even 2 ETH required. So they gave really good information about how that provides a lot of lift for the protocol. Like each node operator will be able to handle that much more RETH production, which is really wonderful. So at 1616, it's 100%, whereas at 824, it's 300%. So it just tells you just that one change there just makes a huge difference to just how much the protocol will be capable of providing and doing. It's really, really great to see that. And then the final part of the episode was the case for the RPL token. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. The final part of the episode was about the case for the RPL token, and it's used as insurance for RETH holders and how it acts as the final backstop to any value being taken away from RETH holders and any losses incurred by them. And then the main thing for node operators is that it unlocks Ethereum commission. So if you are earning 4% on Ethereum, as a node operator, you will earn 15% on top of that from RETH holders because they pay you to stake on their behalf. When that number, the truly magical part of it is when you have RPL securing the lower ETH bonded pools, then the numbers just work even better for node operators, so it becomes a lot more of a attractive product for them to hold. So there's also obviously the aspect of RPL as a governance token, but that's like standard, like there's no need to go into that much, and that's what they said in the episode as well. But the fact that it unlocks such great rewards from the Ethereum, from the RETH holders, the getting to the lower ETH bonded pools will also allow you to actually, the RETH holders would pay less as a percentage, but the node operators will actually increase their rewards. So it's this wonderful mix of things that come together, and the key to that is using the RPL token to unlock those rewards. So they gave a really great case for the reason why the RPL token exists. And then finally, Marceau shared his predictions of where we will be in about 2 years' time, and the number he gave was on the ETH ratio around 0.18, which is a 12x from here on the ratio. Of course, you have to remember in dollar terms that any multiple that ETH goes up, then Rocket Pool will go up by multiples of that. So if ETH did a 5x and Rocket Pool did a 12x against ETH, that means in the dollar price right now, Rocket Pool will be doing a 60x. So these numbers get really big really fast, which is really amazing. But like 10k has been the standard target, right, for people to say ETH is going to 10k, and at 0.18 that means that Rocket Pool will go to $1,800 per token, which is basically, I think, like 60x from here, or just over a 60x from here. So it's really, it was a really great episode. David Hoffman of Bankless asked really great questions. I think some of the questions were tough but fair, but I think Ken and Marceau really handled it all really well. The trading channel was, of course, super excited about the whole thing. We talked in there. There were a few like regulars in there, and a few of the team members were in there too, talking about it all during the episode. And we even got Marceau to laugh once because of things we were posting, and from him looking like, from the side of his eyes looking at trading. So that was a nice moment during the episode. But I implore you, go back and watch this episode. It's absolutely amazing. And share it with all your friends who have questions about Rocket Pool. And I think this will become one of those touchstones for our community for things that we share with people, along with like Zero's Rocket Pool investment thesis and other things like that. I think this can become one of those cornerstone media pieces that we can share just to like spread awareness of Rocket Pool and what it adds, but also the protocol as a whole, but also the RPL token that some people have questions about. So there's a lot more that was covered in the episode. I obviously don't have time to go through all of it. We're hoping that there'll be some clips made available tomorrow that people like cut out, and maybe Bankless will share. So maybe we can I can share a couple of those clips and we can talk about it a little bit more tomorrow. But yeah, definitely go watch it. It's online right now, and it's definitely worth your time. So let's move on from there to this thing that Joe shared yesterday evening. He said, in the name of transparency, let's do this. I have 3 things on my plate at the moment. He said the first thing, make a repository that hosts all the reward trees so people can grab them if they don't have IPFS access. The second thing, make a standalone tree generator app thing for A35U, and we, the ODAO, can probably use it too for testing generation of interval 1 before interval 1 actually hits us to make sure it works. And 3, then I'm trying to do a deep dive of yesterday's issues, my proposed solutions, post it up on the DAO forum like I did with the smoothing pool design, and more eyes on it the better. So then he finishes off by saying hi YouTube, because he knows that I'm going to talk about this. And then another funny thing was Maverick was saying I was here, and then Toucan Spam sent a message saying whack whack attack, hello babe, I love you, which when I saw this at 4 a.m. I was very confused what he was talking about, but then going back earlier I was able to like piece it all together and figure out what he was doing. And he said that's to my girlfriend, so he just wanted me to say hello babe, I love you to his girlfriend on his behalf. So that's Toucan Spam there. And then later on in the evening, overnight, Joe shared that the first thing is complete of that list. So that's the stuff Joe's working on right now, which gives you a good idea of what's happening. And then later on in the evening, later on that night, later on that night, Joe gave us this update of what happened. It is, here it is. He said, I haven't done a full write-up yet, but TLDR, you can't blanket crawl the event logs for both legacy RPL rewards and the new Redstone rewards. It's just too much for the execution client to handle. On Praetor it's fine because Praetor doesn't have very many events being emitted. Min has like all of the events forever. So it's just, I think there was a misunderstanding of exactly what kind of a resource intensity was needed to generate that information. And now that that's been made aware of, that's been fixed. So here's what Joe said, how do we avoid such things in the future? So Joe said, temporarily I've removed legacy RPL rewards from the calculation, Grafana display, and put in a bit of a stopgap system in place, more intelligent focus on windows where the intervals could potentially be reported instead of scanning the entire chain. But that only works if we don't change the rewards interval. I will have longer posts up in the DAO forum with more elaborate design going forward and have people check on it before I start implementing it. I did the same thing with smoothing pool design and got some good feedback, so that seems very much the way to go here. The current thing would hold us over long enough for me to build a new thing. So like I said yesterday, there's absolutely nothing for anyone to worry about. Like, there's a fix in place that is working for now. Joe told me in trading yesterday that he has a more elegant solution in mind, but like he says here, it'll be good for him to get some feedback from community members and other people to see where we stand with that. This post from Kane that came through that's really interesting. He says IMC has some coin. So the IMC is the Incentives Management Committee, and they have got a tranche of RPL tokens that they're starting to give out as incentives. So incentives are here right now, and they're available right now on Optimism, on Beethoven X, and on Beefy. And you can go there and deposit your RETH and WETH and start earning rewards on them. Like, there's a really nice numbers that are being shown at the moment, and that's the only non-Rocket Pool rewards attached. Once the Rocket Pool rewards get attached as well, it's going to be even like sweeter. So get in there early. Of course, investing in DeFi products and parking your toes there is risky. They could get hacked. It could lead to issues. Just be aware of that, obviously, before you do anything. I've not put anything in any of those platforms, so I can't tell you how risky it is or isn't, but that's something you should definitely keep in mind. Next, we have this comment here from... I was talking yesterday about the episode and how some people got Shoutout, and Dondochaka said... I said to them that they could get a shout out, so this is their shout out. So, hey, and he says, yeah. And then, excuse me. Next, we have this other thing from Patches, who last night went home and decided to watch Rocket Fuel on his TV. So I was really touched by that, because Patches is someone in the community who I respect a tremendous amount. Like, Patches has saved me on numerous occasions from my boneheadedness, but also he's the person who donates countless hours of his time every day in support and on trading, helping everyone to make sure everything's running smoothly for them. So Patches truly is a cornerstone of this community, and it feels really great that Patches takes the time to watch Rocket Fuel. And also then, just give me a second. Also, I got this comment from Joe earlier on today as well. He said, I can confirm the dev team watches them daily to catch up on stuff. So this is the kind of stuff I said here. Look, honestly, I'm so touched by all the love I'm getting right now. I feel like everybody in the Rocket Pool community is noticing, and it really does feel like the whole community is kind of like supporting me with this and like pushing me on with this and really encouraging me. And I'm so touched by that. Like, it's absolutely incredible feeling to that the team is so kind, and all the community members are so kind as well. So let's move on from there. We have a comment here from Marceau, and he said the whale marriage is happening and we didn't even know. So Marco Barco and Patricio Warthalter, spun up some more mini pools yesterday. I think they spun up 50 more mini pools. There were some issues with the events channel that wasn't showing them at the time, but they spun up 25 mini pools on one node and then 25 mini pools on another node. So they're lining up more mini pools, getting ready for the RETH boom that we're expecting because of the incentives, which is really great to see. And then finally, I'm going to finish on the nice bullish note. Marceau shared a post and he said, oh, a senior PM at Coinbase just followed me on Twitter. So I'm not going to elaborate what I think about that because, of course, it's going to be a good September. But in honor of Bankless today, I'm going to totally butcher their outro. They say, crypto is risky, Ethereum is risky, you can lose everything you put in, and we're going west. This is the frontier. It's not for everyone, but we're glad that you're with us on the Bankless journey. I'm so sorry, David. This is from a place of love. It's just we're so happy for everything that's happened today. So thank you, David, and the Bankless team, if you're listening to this. And thank you to Marceau and Ken for really galvanizing the community in such a great way and like sharing our message to everyone who's going to watch the episode, because it's going to be really great. But yeah, I totally have that memorized, by the way. I didn't read it. I think I probably did butcher it though, but like that's pretty good from having watched all those countless hours of Bankless TV. But on that note, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.